Okay, day 22. Um, Today wasn't too bad. It was an off day, so I, did some laundry in between my workouts. I slept in today to make sure I was well rested, and uh, you know, diet wise, I was a little like I had to go grocery shopping, so today I kind of just had to scrounge for what I did. So like I made up for not having everything that I needed as far as like whole foods with protein powder. So I actually had um, 2 scoops of my level one. Normally only do one, but still got a good amount of whole food in. I had a great kind of midday steak and eggs, as I had a little leftover steak from last night. That just it didn't fit in my plan for last night, so I cut the steak in half, saved half of it, kept half of it, and that's it's a good way to kind of hit your dietary needs and have like something good. Like that was an awesome steak that guys at the restaurant that I work at um, from time to time they made, and it was absolutely delicious. It just was a 10-ounce steak, and I can only eat 5 at a time. So, or I'm trying to only eat 5 ounces at a time. So that's kind of where that came from. So I, had half yesterday, half today, and threw some eggs with it, and it was a great little protein fats meal. Uh, what else? Workouts today. I actually tried something new today. It was pretty good. I got on the got outside, started outside, had my ruck on, and I did 120 walking lunges, followed by 50. I might have done the push-ups first. I don't know. I did at least 50 push-ups and 120 walking lunges, and then I went and walked 2 miles. Followed that up with 20 burpees. So just kind of trying to mix in different ways of having both strength training and a little endurance work in to what I do on a daily basis. Right now, I'm actually recording this a little earlier than normal. I'm done for the day before midnight, and that's not normal for me. I've got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning tomorrow to get my workouts in, or get my first workout in, because I have to be at a training class at 8 a.m. and it takes me about an hour to get to that place. So, I've got to just make sure that I have enough time in the morning so that I manage it properly. And then, I'll be training all day and then going into a workout later in the afternoon, probably ending up the same way tomorrow on day 23, and then getting back to normal day 24. Water-wise, I think I'm somewhere around 180 ounces today. I overdid it a little bit, but I lost track of my tracking around 40 ounces, and by the time I caught up, I wasn't 100% sure, so I kind of downgraded it to 2, which would have brought me to about 80. And then from there, I've just been pounding back the water, and I've needed it today, to be honest. I mean, like, I don't think a gallon was really enough, because I did both of my workouts outside, and it's hot right now. So with that first workout I was doing, it was well above 90. Sun's beaming down, no shade, nothing. It was a killer workout. I was sweating like crazy, but it was great. And I got my post workout, my Formula One ignition, and afterwards, which also that plus the amount of water I took in is, I mean, you just can't say the benefits enough to what that does to get your body the nutrients it needs when it needs it right after that workout. So to replace the glycogen that you lose, and to start that repair process on your muscles with the protein, because it's that protein is I believe, a protein isolate, which and it's like, I think 98% or something. It's a very high amount, and but I mean, all that scientific stuff aside, it gets in there right away and starts repairing those muscles. The glycogen gets in there and starts helping you not go through the lactic process. So, you're not having all that adherence of the fascia layers sticking to your muscles and causing that soreness that you would normally have from doing a bunch of work, which is fantastic, because then I can just get back out there tomorrow. I mean, it takes a little bit of stretching, but not, I'm not stiff, and I'm at 44. Recovery is not the same as it is in your 20s or 30s. I'm actually doing a lot better than in my 20s and 30s, just because I've educated myself over the years. And that's, one of the things that I've strived to do is build up an education and, make sure that I learned as much as I could on how to make sure that I could do things longevity-wise. Good. Yeah, that's, I mean, kind of it. Actually, speaking of longevity, one of the things that I listened to today, so I'm reading Iron Cowboy, which we know, and I'll get to that because it was awesome today too. But I was doing reading or listening to Outlive with I think it's Dr. Atia. Can't remember what his first name is, but anyways, that it's got a very he has a very interesting outlook on longevity and the misuse of it, and also on the idea of one of the quotes in the book, and I'm only in the first 3 chapters, but one of the quotes is from John F. Kennedy. It says, "Fix the roof when the sun is shining," and that's brilliant. Don't wait until you're already jacked up and your body's falling apart to start working on it. No, you work on it while you're still healthy. Work on it with a plan so that as you get older, you maintain that health. And that's something I want to pass on to my kids. It's something I want to help other people do. So, I think that's that's really the biggest takeaway from it. That, and he quotes Sun Tzu, and with he's talking about strategy and tactics, and he says the quote is, "Tactics without a strategy is the noise before defeat," and that's awesome, and especially the way he breaks it down in the book. So I highly recommend at least giving it a listen. It's a thick book. I do plan on actually going back and reading it myself. I don't have a problem with reading and listening to audiobooks and reading books multiple times. I've listened to several of my audiobooks multiple times, so it doesn't bother me at all. I've probably read several of the books I have. There's a couple of series that are fiction that I'm not, you're not allowed to read those, or I guess you can read them, but the goal is to be reading more nonfiction, things that are improving you mentally, or improving your mental toughness or whatnot, right now. But that's kind of it for today. Today was good. It was easy. I actually got to spend a decent amount of time with my kids, and that was fun. I really enjoy that. Those 2 kiddos are that's the best part of my day. getting to be around them and listen to their stories. And it's hard when you're trying to focus on other things, but you want to make that time because there's not a whole lot of it, and eventually they'll be off doing their own thing, and this is the time I get that is the most time with them. So I really do enjoy being around them and getting to do stuff and play video games and just hang out. So yeah, so that was nice about today. I did get to do that quite a bit. And back to Iron Cowboy, because I was actually reading that while one of my kids was trying to have a conversation with me, and I ended up having to be like, hold on a second, let me finish these couple of pages here, and then I'll get back to you, because she was just asking me stuff about Zelda. And but as I was reading, like I said, I think I've said this before, I love how he talks about these other people that he meets. And this one was about a man that was in a triathlon group that were the people who finished last in the triathlon. And he said the amazing thing was that this man showed up to all these races and finished last in all these races. But the joy he got out of being recognized and having this man that was doing this incredible thing like celebrate him being there, it was a cool moment to read about. And so I don't do it justice. I highly recommend the book. So go out, get it, read it. Don't listen to it, read it. I'm gonna get it on audiobook because I want to listen to it too, but after I've read it. So this is one of those that I'm glad I read it first. I don't know that I would like Outlive them. It'll be fine. It's not the same kind of book, but this one is one of those that it definitely deserves the read first, and then once you've read it and it's internal, then listening to it just to reinforce some of those things that you read, that's the way to do it. At least in my opinion, for what it's worth. And as my dad always says, opinions, they're a lot like a-holes. Everybody's got one and they all stink. So take that as it is. Anyways, thank you again if you watched today, and thanks for any of the other views that you've had. Like, subscribe, comment if you did enjoy it. If you have a question or something, throw a comment on there, or hit me up on Instagram. Follow me. My Instagram will handle be in the description, and that's kind of it. I'm tired. I'm ready to go to bed for today. So that's day, what was it again? 22.